actually had this for a little bit.
Yeah.
They've been at work, and I just haven't had the opportunity to drink them at work because I feel like it just gets you, if you're not eating a lot in the day and then you drink something that's like that carbonated, it gives you burps or like makes you airy.
Does the other ones don't do that?
I mean, they do.
Oh.
That's why I brought them back over here.
The Dr. Brown's ones do different though?
No, I mean, they both do the same. But I just felt like, I don't need to have that at work. It's hard to find another liquid to drink in the day that is not like
water,
given a purpose, but not boring.
Yeah.
So if it's given a purpose, normally it's like caffeine related, so it's coffee or energy drink.
Yeah.
So you don't normally have something that is just flavor. Because normally something, they're like trying to add another benefit to it. It's like, oh, this is energy drink powder, or this is like electrolytes. Which electrolytes are fine, but they're not always like
needed.
I don't know. It's just hard to navigate that world because like apple juice ain't doing it, orange juice ain't doing it.
Yeah, that's a lot of sugar too.
Yeah, it's like you got to find something.
I have recently been on the like flavored sparkling waters.
Oh, see,
you know what I mean?
I overburned that. Like I went way too hard on that. It was like, I think it was during a era where we were transitioning. You had moved out. And I, like, got really hard on them when you were not around.
Yeah.
So, like, I burned that bridge for me on that, unfortunately. But then when they came out with the Starburst ones, the pink ones saved me a little bit, and then I burned it again.
I'm talking about just the clear ones. They ain't even got
No, I know. You're talking about American Ice or
no, they don't. It's like I just pick up random ones from the grocery store. Like it's not like a brand of any kind. It's just like, you know, whatever one's out. But I also am a fan of like sparkling or tonic water. You know what I mean? I like a little bit of carbonation in there. Yeah. It wakes me up, I think. You know, it's like a kind of gets you fizzy a little bit. But you have a problem of going. When you find something, you go 150% on it for like 10 days, and then you're like, all right, I'm done with that forever now, you know?
Well, I mean, I wish it was only 10 days. I wish I knew, like, this is the start of the 10 days whenever I'm in something, because I'm at least going to be aware that it's, like, only 10 days.
Yeah.
But, like, right now, the thing that's got a grip on me, and it's, like, pretty I wouldn't... Like, if you're a regular person looking at what I'm doing, probably this would be an addiction to a regular person. But to me, I'm like, I'm pretty safe on it. That's Jet's Pizza.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it's like I'm eating it like right now, I can't even remember the last time I ate it. Maybe Monday. I realize it's Friday.
Yeah. Just so everybody knows, it's Friday while we're recording this.
But,
and you've been saving it, too. Which I haven't really seen you do with a lot of other pizzas.
And
normally, you crush it, and that's it. You don't eat it the next day.
See, look, this is
But now I've seen you get it and eat it 2 days in a row.
I'm kind of happy this is being brought up because I don't have anywhere else to gripe about this but to myself and when I'm alone, you know? I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. But so Jets does this deal where you pretty much anywhere does this deal.
Homie's upset at a deal.
Well, it's like...
Homie's pissed off about a buy one get one.
No, this legitimately is going to be a dilemma that everybody faces, and that is when you're faced with a deal that makes like whatever you were originally going to purchase. So, how do I say this? So, obviously, well, shoes come in pairs, so it can't be that. Root beer. I buy root beer crazy, right?
Yeah.
And Publix says buy two get two free. Perfect.
Yeah.
You know, that's it. That's perfect. Like
you can of them things.
You can drink it whenever. I drink them so fast I don't look at expiration dates.
Yeah.
No need.
The expiration. Yeah, it would have to be next week for it to be even close.
Dude, it'd have to be like
48 hours.
Yeah, dude. It'd be like you can't leave eggs out.
Yeah.
That's how like I'm drinking them so fucking fast. But though, what I'm trying to say is. Pizza places nowadays, and I only really see it on pizza places, they're starting to do this thing where it's like it's a single number price point, but you have to get more than one of them to get it at that single item for that single price point.
So it's like the way they do cigarettes. It's like a pack of cigarettes is $4.59 when you buy 2 packs.
Okay.
Yeah. Or,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's like normal. Anytime you buy, they'll advertise a price of like,
Yeah.
it's not $4.59 because the cigarettes are really expensive, but it's like, yeah, $7.50. And
Yeah.
you're like, damn, that's a good price. And then underneath it says when you buy 2 or more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is making its way into the pizza industry. Okay, so I think Jets calls it like mix and match or whatever, but it's like their what you would call mid-tier features, and then one of them is like you can customize a pizza. And Jets,
That's what Domino's used to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had that
absolutely
$6.99 deal.
Yes,
Yeah,
perfect, exactly. So you
But
understand
you could
exactly
go-
what I'm saying.
Well, but I guess you can do different. You don't just have to get pizza at Jets, right? You can do like breadsticks or whatever.
Correct, but then this is another relatable thing. Is like, do you want to get the most bang for your buck?
You get 2 pizzas then.
You get 2 pizzas.
Right.
Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
And also, okay, no disrespect if Jets is listening. Like, Jets does pizza and they have other things like breadsticks.
I've never had their
What
pizza.
what is the difference? I always get this mixed up. So cheese sticks and breadsticks. So breadsticks are just like savory bread.
Cheese sticks have cheese on them.
Yes, but my gripe to that is also like breadsticks do have cheese on them.
Yeah,
They'll have like Parmesan.
sometimes I'll put Parmesan on
Hey,
them.
cheese stick.
Yeah, but it's not like mozzarella. When they say cheese stick, they're talking
Yeah.
like, I want that shit covered.
Well,
you know?
there you got that, and they got like cinnamon bread, and I can't even remember some of the other things. I think they also offer like some chicken, but it's like if you're actually real, like if you're being serious, you eat Jets pizza. You're not there for anything else but the pizza.
Are the breadsticks and cheese sticks not?
It's
just laying
like
up there?
it's good.
But it's not Domino's.
Look, this
bread.
is what it is for you. How you feel about fries. Like if you're not eating that shit when it's boiling fucking hot,
see.
their sides are look. Again,
I
no
tried.
disrespect, dog shit.
But not worth it.
They're dog shit.
Yeah.
And it's like even then,
So you gotta eat them quick.
Look, and I attempted to do the whole like pizza and breadstick as a side thing, or pizza and cheese sticks as a side.
Yeah.
I tried all their cheese sticks, and what I was finding that I was ruining my experience, not knowing at the time, because I was like, so it's like all I know is the final price is like $18.38. I can't remember like what it is per thing. I think it's like 8 something, and if you get 2, like the ultimate price is $18.38 or something like that. But what I was doing was like, you know how I like to eat, like if I'm doing fries and a burger, I'm eating fries, and then I'm finishing with the fucking masterpiece.
The good.
Yes. So what I was doing was I'd buy the cheese sticks and the pizza, and I would eat the cheese sticks completely.
Oof.
Then I would
only
start
have
the
2
pizza.
pieces of pizza.
Yeah, I couldn't even.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess I'll save that because Jets
That's
Pizza,
a lot of bread, dude.
Oh, and it's even more because Jets Pizza is not thin crust.
Yeah.
It's Chicago deep dish. And hey, before whoever's listening, before you get off the deep end, like, oh, Chicago, the way they do their pizza is fucking weird. Jets did something. They figured it out. They didn't do the sauce on top thing. They did a legit, real good pizza, but then they made every fucking piece a corner piece.
Yeah.
So you either get a 4-corner or an 8-corner. You can get an 8-piece pizza that just has 4 corners. But what are you doing? Like when the you can get literally they call it an 8-corner. And it's just 2 of those 4 corners and they just put it in one box.
Yeah.
Or you can do the 2 for $18.38 deal. Or they just give you 2 4-corner pizzas. Yeah. That's the deal. But my gripe is I cannot justify spending the $15-something for one 4-corner when I can spend like whatever the
$3 more
for another whole fucking 4 corners.
Yeah. No, I mean I know you're a deal guy, and I respect that out of you,
dude. And now have I put all 8 corners down before? For sure, dude. I wasn't. Dude, look, I did
that's
at one point.
Work.
At one point when I wasn't doing that yet, I hadn't walked past that precipice or whatever. Broke the threshold of like, I was like, why haven't I? I mean, can you? Yes, I can. Then why? Then we should. And I did.
And ordering the 2.
Yeah, so I ordered the 2 knowing that I'm like, I'm not getting any tinfoil out. I'm not going to put any Tupperware on the counter.
Oh, so you went in.
I went in like, yo, prepare yourself this morning.
Yeah.
Tonight it's going down.
Yeah. It's crazy that you think that far ahead of it.
Brother, I will not eat for the whole day preparing for Jets. Like, arguable, you could say I haven't eaten today yet. It's 3:08.
Friday, huh?
I don't know what's going to happen
Interesting.
tonight.
So
I'm leaving it open to interpretation however I feel intuitively.
So Jets for sure, huh?
I don't know.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But I might check the website and make sure the deal's there. It's always there.
It's never going. It's
deal.
a literal.
It's part of the, like, also
They
why
have it tattooed on their menus. It's not going anywhere.
Why do we have, like, in my mind, I'm like, when it says deal, I'm thinking like it's a
get it quick,
a coupon. It's
right.
Like, yo, this ain't gonna be around.
Right? Yeah.
This is a deal.
I think that's what they want, though. They want you to feel that way.
Permanent. It's one of those. It's like you go to PizzaHut.com or Domino's.
You wouldn't order it as much if you knew it was going to be there all the time. You wouldn't.
It hadn't stopped me.
Well,
yo, dude, I wish it would slow me down. They need to tell me like, yo, it's this week only. But then I would freak the fuck out for
then
that
you would
week.
go every day.
Oh,
for
dude,
a week.
I'd be like, you need a pizza? I'm
up?
going now.
Who wants pizza?
Yeah, who's getting it?
Yeah, they can't do that either. They've got to just do it quick and then.
Oh, also another gripe on Jets. I love you, Jets. So this is like, it's not a personal thing, but it's like, fix this. You can collect rewards, but the rewards that you collect are for the dog shit items.
You
get
can't wait and get pizzas out of it?
No. So it tops out at 50 points as far as like the reward. What is it when you bank? Like you get them back?
Redeem.
Yeah. When you redeem on the rewards, the top number you can redeem on is 50 points. Mm-hmm. You get, I think it's like 10 or 20 points per purchase. Yeah. It might be 10. I can't remember, but it's like it only starts at 20 and it ends at 50. So it's like 20 is like extra sauce or something like that. It's something like 50 cents.
Yeah.
Then your next one is like a cheese stick or a cinnamon thing. And you're like, okay. And then the fourth one is like a thing of their homemade ranch, which they make ranch there on the spot. It's not like it comes in a bag and they like put it in. They legit make it there. Yeah. Which is crazy for a pizza place to do. I mean, it's the only Jets in town, so yeah, you should be doing something.
I mean, and also just making ranch is, I feel like, pretty simple, you know?
I mean, so is pizza, but Jets has figured it out.
It's crazy that you're a fan of that style, too, because you've always been a thin crust guy. Yeah, you've always been a very...
Again, went from one chokehold to another.
Well, but even back in the day when we were doing Domino's, dude. Oh, yeah. You were always a thin crust boy.
And something about that, I think, was like the visuals. Like, I was like, it's thin pizza. I need to be thin.
Yeah. Like, it's pizza, definitely less calories.
Like, yeah, it's like diet pizza. But I also like the crunchiness.
It's like diet pizza.
And I also felt like you could eat more. So then it, like, I guess, deletes the idea.
I think there's a time and place for both. Like a New York style, like thin crust pizza, sure, and with the way you're talking about. But like a good thick crust, like focaccia style pizza.
But my gripe on the thin crust, which is why I still love Skies, but why I'm like kind of taking a step back from being over there so much is that the last few times, again, love you Skies, the last few times the center of the pizza was soggy. Yeah. It's a thin crust. Mm-hmm. How's that possible? Yeah. Like, I'm like very much Dave Portnoy when it comes to like thin crust. It's like, I want to be able to pick the whole piece up. And I get that their pizzas can be big, but I don't even get the big pizzas. I get the 16 or the 18, which is the smallest size, and then the next smallest size. But you should be able to pick up in the middle, not be like, I mean, it's fine if it droops a little bit, but it can't be like
falling completely down.
It can't be like fucking a 90.
Yeah.
Or 45, whatever that is. Yeah. I think that's 90.
90.
There's 180 and then 360.
Right.
But it can't be just like broken.
Yeah.
It can be like,
so nobody likes soggy bottom pizza, dude.
No.
It's just not a good move.
And that is the thing, and I get maybe it's like an error Like maybe when it's in the box, it gets too much humidity, and then the sensor is going to be the first thing to go because it's the furthest, the most moisture is in it. Anyways,
you'll have that.
That's why I've like taken a step back. And what you do not run into at Jets,
soggy.
Every bite's got a bit of crunch to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a crispy. It makes you feel like, dude, if there's not a third option when I die, I'm going to be pissed. Like, if it's berry or cremation and it's not run through a Jets fucking oven, give me the Jets oven somewhere in the middle between cremation and being in a coffin. Make me crispy.
I think that's what cremation does.
Yeah, but I'm too crispy, dusty, dry.
Well,
I want it to be a little juicy still.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Throw me through that thing.
Don't do that.
Put me in a position that looks cool and then crisp me up.
Yeah.
But that's the dilemma why I've been saving pizza, because really, and I know this is not going to be believable by you, and I know you're about to give me a look, but dead serious, I would only buy a 4-corner because I'd prefer to eat them fresh if I'm going to get them.
Yeah. Because
the reheat value on a Jets pizza, it takes like, if Jets pizza is 100 when you're eating it, it takes it to like a 70.
Yeah.
And that's barely passing.
Would you say that a reheat Jets is better than a fresh Domino's? Or would you take a reheat Jets over a fresh Domino's or a fresh Skies?
Brother, what is this place you talk of?
But over Skies too? Over fresh Skies?
A reheat Jets over a fresh
Sky.
Now, if the fresh Sky came out like it is, like it's peak, it's got to be Skies.
Okay.
But it's got to come out peak. It can't be like,
well, I mean, I
bite in all the toppings slide off.
Yeah,
if that's the case, I'm throwing that pizza right the fuck back in the room.
You're up at that place. I don't go there, so I don't know. I don't know what their consistency is like.
I will say though, you go into Jets, you're in a fucking, what is it, a kiln?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It is that hot. They have no ventilation system in there.
How do they cook it?
It's a oven. What do you mean?
Well, I didn't know if it was like a specific, if they use like a brick oven or something, or if it was like.
Oh no, I think it's just like how Domino's and all them are. It's like one of those roller systems where it's like slowly cooking it as it's going through.
Interesting.
But it's the pan they cook it in, I think. It's like they took whatever Pizza Hut did, because Pizza Hut has that crisp edge pizza on their personal pan pizzas, the little tiny ones. They did that and they were like, but what about adults?
Made it bigger.
Made it bigger and made it square so you get more square footage. You know?
Yeah, I haven't been there. Haven't been up there. But I've seen you.
You're not going to reverse psychology me into getting. God damn it! Are we?
Are we ordering pizza?
I wasn't gonna fucking bitch.
What, are we ordering pizza tonight?
I wasn't gonna. Now.
Well,
I knew I should have talked to your ass today.
You haven't eaten.
That fucking pissed me off. I knew as soon as I text you, I was like, do you want to do a pod today? And I was like, why the fuck did I just text him? Because I knew some shit like this would happen.
Well, we don't have to get pizza, man.
It doesn't seem like we have a choice. We spent 20 minutes talking about it. Yeah, it's like,
I don't know, man. I'm just saying, I can cook something. It'll be all right. It's okay.
No, I mean, we could do. I could do push-ups in here. What are we talking about? We could do a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're getting Jets then.
Okay, and look, cheat code for anybody listening that wants to try Jets Pizza, which is off of Creighton. Also, use the coupon. It makes sense. Get the double 4 corners. Don't get the sides. It's not that big of a deal. If you're gonna get a side, just go to the fucking Walmart in the parking lot and get ice cream. Get something like legitimate.
Oh,
I
didn't realize it was right there.
It's behind Zaxby's, but it's like next to the GameStop.
Yeah. In that strip shopping center thing.
There used to be like a what is Supreme and Fucked and all that?
Oh yeah, like a streetwear brand.
Yeah, it's like a streetwear brand store.
Yeah,
was next to it. Huge. I don't know if it's there
not
anymore.
There anymore.
Okay, yeah, but there's not really anything else in that little strip mall that I can. Sally's.
There used to be an RC, like a airplane and car shop in there. You could go in and buy RC airplanes and like the little, servos and all that kind of stuff to work on them. Yeah, there used to be one of those in there, but
Yeah, but it's right there. And this is what I was getting to with the 50 points thing. The top reward that you can redeem is free delivery.
oh,
which is fine.
Yeah,
but it's like free delivery. So does that mean the delivery driver's not getting paid? So then you're like, I'm confused on the math, how that makes sense. So then you guys are covering.
Yeah, delivery fees.
Yeah, but then it's like they don't have delivery drivers. It's always DoorDash people dropping it off. I don't have a DoorDash account, so must be Jets running a DoorDash system through their thing or whatever.
Interesting.
But
it's weird that they would even offer delivery if they don't have.
Yeah.
Because that's where I feel like they make a lot of their money. You know what I mean? Like normal places.
Yeah.
I mean, like Domino's and Papa John's and all that shit. That's how they make. Because if you order a pizza to go pick up, it's like $8.50. If you order it for delivery, the pizza itself is like $9.75, and then $4 or $5 of delivery on top of that.
Yeah.
And then you also have to tip. You know, it's like that's where they make all their fucking money.
And look, I really didn't want to talk this much about pizza, but how does the reward system not eventually get to free pizza?
Huh?
How does the reward system not eventually lead you to a free pizza?
It's a great question.
Like, I'm going to tell you this. I would save up my points.
Yeah, well, I feel
I'm not wasting them on free delivery because it's right there, dude. I can go up there.
And you're, honestly, let's be real. You're faster than a delivery driver would be anyway. So,
bro, I could literally press the order, like solidify order started, and for delivery, go to the pizza place and come back.
Yeah.
And beat them before they ever.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's a challenge.
It's fun. I like it.
Freaky fast.
I like racing. Nobody. I don't understand why that. Because it would only make sense that a pizza place's points rewards would be pizza.
Yes.
Or towards pizza. So that doesn't. Domino's is like that though. Domino's does do pizza and stuff.
I know.
So, but they start with the like extra cup of ranch, and you're like,
yeah,
what? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
This is like listening to like, we all see these fucking people, and Mason brought it up on the podcast like when he was on here last, but like you see these people talking about like Gary Vee and all these other fucking like, you want $1 million, start with $1 million.
Yeah.
You want a marketing. You probably seen the old fat white dude he's got like a literature thing about him. He's always telling you like marketing schemes that companies do to you. But he's got like a English literature. Maybe a little bit. I can't remember what his like voice exactly is. Like where that would come from.
Yeah.
But he tells you like Kleenex. I don't even know his accent. But he'd be like, Kleenex does this thing.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is the thing? And he's like, they sell you the box for free, but it's the tissues you pay for. it's like some shit like that, and you're like, what the fuck? and
they're actually giving you the box because they don't want to recycle it.
Yeah.
If they could just sell the tissues, they would.
But he breaks down shit like that we don't even think of, and I'm like, in my humble opinion, what you should do as a pizza company to differentiate yourself from all the others, which you could do this with, I guess, any fast food. Sauce, always free. Don't ever charge sauce.
Yeah.
Because it makes you feel like they care and it's nothing to them. Which, there is a company that does that. Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever paid for sauce at Taco Bell?
Well, there are some sauces, though, that you have to pay for.
Are you talking about, like, specialty sauce?
Yeah, like you get, like cheese.
Oh, that's not a sauce, brother. That's cheese.
Cheese sauce. Nacho cheese sauce, brother. I'm not talking about like I'm not talking about like sprinkly. I'm talking about the nacho cheese sauce.
Yeah, but if cheese is in a liquid form,
it's still a sauce.
I mean,
sauces are liquids. It's a liquid. But no, I think that I firmly believe that you shouldn't pay for sauces at any. I mean, like, maybe sit-down high school restaurants or whatever. Yeah. But, like, fast food or anything like that, it doesn't make any sense.
Or you could kind of flip that on its head. You don't charge for drinks. you charge for like specialty drinks like shakes and shit, but you don't charge for the drink for the meal. But you got to get the meal.
Well, I think that's how most of them do it.
Yeah, but
it's like a bundle price, you know?
I mean, I get the bundle price, but like you never like
I think most meals is the same or about the same price as ordering whatever the main thing is that you're getting and a fry, and that's about the meal price.
And then you're saying the drink
is like throw that shit in there, you know? Because you go See,
I don't really fast food that.
You go to get a burger.
I don't fast food those foods.
Oh. But yeah, you go to get a burger and then a fry. You're going to pay basically the same amount.
And we're just going to roast food for the rest of the... Yeah. I guess so. So this is another thing that pisses me off about like what food places do.
Yeah.
I don't know who got this wise fucking idea, but it's spreading like wildfire in these new restaurants. Everything is individual. So there's no such thing as like a meal. But then they structured the menu, and they do this thing that's like subconscious where it'll say 1, 2, 3.
Where are you talking about? Go ahead and tell me. I don't know.
The fucking... God damn, what is it called? It's not Slim Chickens, but it's like... Super Chicks?
Chicken salad chick?
No, I think it's Super Chicks in the mall.
Oh, I don't know.
But like, this is a menu. I can't remember who else does... Oh, I mean, Five Guys does it.
Yeah.
But it's like, they subconsciously build the menu to where you're going... in order, the way like we read, but it starts off and it gives you numbers, so it makes you feel like, oh, I got to do the next thing, because you never go into a place and you're just like, I would just want the sandwich.
You're saying like it's like pick your sandwich.
Yep.
Here's your sides.
Yep.
And then so you go along the thing and you're like, I want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't tell you like each thing is individually priced and pretty hefty.
Yeah. Well, Five Guys, that's just... You're going to pay $25 in there.
Yeah, you pay like fucking almost $15 for the burger and then $10 for the fries. That's you being alone.
That's crazy to me that they can charge that much. I understand they get a little willy-nilly with the french fries and they be throwing extra french fries in there. Yeah. But I'm going to be real with you. Fucking hate their french fries.
Yeah. Whoa.
They are the worst.
Wow.
They are the worst. They hand cut them there. I get it. That's awesome. You guys have bags of potatoes in your restaurant. People love to see that. But you fucking cut them and then you don't wash them. So they're just starchy as all get out. They're the wrong kind of potatoes, too. And when they fry them, they get limp dick as fuck. Yeah. And they're terrible. They suck.
It does feel like...
They get brown and shitty looking on the outside, and they're, like, floppy. It's like, how do you... It's not a crispy french fry, dude.
Yeah, but are you just getting the regular ones or the Cajun?
That doesn't change anything. It's a seasoning. It's still a shitty french fry. Okay. I'm talking about the french fry.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm talking about
but saying that doesn't change anything. Hey, that changes everything, dude.
Does not matter.
Okay,
me,
but
dude.
just listen to what I'm saying.
It's a shitty french fry.
Okay,
it's a shitty Cajun french fry too.
I can't. Yeah, but you're just talking about the vehicle for the seasoning,
right?
That's all. That's it.
I've never had their fucking sucks.
I've never had their.
Send it back.
I've never had the regular fry. So I don't know. Is there any seasoning on it at all? Like salt, pepper, anything?
It's like salt. It's just like seasoned salt, basically.
So that is, you literally nailed it on the head. And I was trying to think of the exact thing the dude said. That was the exact example. Was the Five Guys where they give you the cup of fries, and then they dump a little extra, and it's a mental thing, thinking you're getting
think they
more.
Just fucking chuck the thing in there.
Yeah. There's a dude that did a study on the Five Guys fries, like what is the exact size that you should get like the most bang for your buck, and it is the regular size.
Yeah.
Because if you get large, you're really only getting like 0.2 ounces. A little bit of technical difficulty there. I don't know what happened. I overdid the storage, but yeah, small size just isn't the right amount of money per cup or whatever. So it's just like an optical illusion. It's kind of like the Starbucks thing.
Yeah.
If you get 2 large cups of ice and you just get the one drink with no ice, you get 2 drinks.
Yeah, yeah. Dude, that was always your move, too.
I mean,
I respect that.
Brother, I figured out, like, if I'm going to be poor, I need to figure out the rich lifestyle for poor.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I get that.
Speaking of, like, fast food places, what do they call a Whopper in France?
I saw a video on this. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Just,
And there, I don't know. But from what I read,
Yeah.
if you're reading it as an American,
okay.
it is an American retarde.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of insane. Which I think we should just take a trip and figure it out because.
Brother, we just talked about for half an hour how poor I am, basically.
No.
Because I'm running deals.
Dude,
I can't get a trip over there.
No, brother. We were just talking about jets, man. That's all. No, we could take a trip.
How about you take a trip and send me a video
just
back?
Send me a picture. Yeah,
shit, dude.
That's some crazy work. If that's the truth, I honestly love that. I kind of love that France is like kind of, because they have to know. There's no way they don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they have and it would be hilarious if the whole time they're just taking jabs at it. We have no clue.
Yeah.
But they've just been doing it for years.
I mean, who's gonna govern it? Because it's an inside joke.
Dude, they don't give a fuck over there.
They're like, shit. Run it. Like, who's gonna get mad? The locals? No.
Yeah, they're gonna laugh. They're gonna smoke cigarettes and laugh. Yeah.
Between bites.
Yeah.
It's tough, dude.
We go to work for 1/2 hour, 2.5 hour, smoke a cigarette for lunch. It's a whole different world over there. But
I realize what I'm about to say is crazy. To go back to the pizza thing, just a split second.
Damn.
I meant to say a little cheat code. Throw some hot honey on a regular pepperoni.
You and this hot honey, dude.
Brother,
you put that on everything.
Guess what? Hot honey is my new Reese's.
Do you put hot honey on your ice cream? Have you done it yet?
No.
How long?
I don't want to.
Over unders 4.5 days.
I don't even want to do it.
After I brought it up, I'm gonna get a text tomorrow.
I don't know. But I will say that I made egg sandwiches last night, and I know you saw that, and I waited till you left the kitchen to grab the hot honey.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Why? Why did you wait?
Because I was like, dude, I know he's going to fucking say something. His ass ain't going to let this go. Yeah. I waited till I went to the room. You saw me take the drink in there first?
Brother, yeah. I heard you come back out, and I was like, what's he doing? I was like, man.
I was like, is he gone yet? Callie.
You left the door open just so you could see out in the kitchen.
I'm like,
hold on, wait.
He'll be leaving any moment now.
All right, then.
All right.
That's crazy work, dude.
Yeah.
I also did see the amount of pepper you put on those eggs. The eggs looked gray by the time you were done.
Okay, but look. See, it's like I'm accustomed to the fresh cracked pep. And when you don't have that, you don't remember how the top on the other pepper works. I got a little.
It looks like that was normal for your shaker pepper. Is all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, also you're like trying to do a 1-for-1, but like fresh cracked pep, you need way less.
Yeah,
for it to be as strong.
It's more.
Yeah, it stands.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
That like powdery pepper is like.
I walked back in there and it was like blanket of pepper, and I was like, "Dang, dude!" It's like, "You good?"
I was like, "It fell in there." I don't know.
We washed the top of the salt, and he goes, "Okay, so I washed this. How do I make it dry?" And I go, "Well, you just
because I was doing the salt, and I noticed that even when I was eating it, I was like, I don't even know if I got any salt on this because when I took the top off, the other side was caked. I mean, caked.
Yeah,
I don't know how
on the bottom of the shaker part,
the inside of the lid of the little holes, and I was like, oh, that's it.
Yeah,
but looking at it from the top in. It looked all open.
Yeah.
So I was like, am I a Whopper from France? Like, I don't get this shit, dude. I couldn't figure it out. Like, I was like,
golly.
Yeah. But.
Got it cleaned out, though, so it's fine. It's all good.
Did you ever put the lid back on?
No, it's still sitting out there.
I don't even remember where I put it.
No, I did, actually. I did.
Oh, okay.
I did. Because I saw it today, and I put it back up there.
Yeah, so, you're like, he's going to knock this
I was like, that's not going to go well.
No.
Yeah, because it's just sitting there filled with salt, waiting for somebody to knock it over. So, I went ahead and did that.
I did write down some questions I felt like would be fun to ask each other.
Okay.
Which I guess I'm asking you, and then I'm just going to answer.
Okay.
If you had to restart, because I was thinking about this, because our lives aren't like that remarkable where they're at right this second.
Right.
If you had to restart life right now from scratch, like a plan B, what are you doing? And we can make these rules up as we go.
You mean just from like the minute you were born? Like the minute I was born?
Right now in life. Right now in life, life ain't going in the direction you want it to. However, I don't know what the rules of this is. That's why I said we can make it up together. So I'm not saying necessarily like you're like bankrupt or anything, but you're like, hey, I'm not happy this direction. What's your pivot? Like, what would be the thing you're like, well, let me try this. We could
just do that now, though. You know what I mean?
You think our lives aren't that good?
I'm just saying, if you wanted to, you could just change whatever you're doing to something else right now. I thought this was gonna be like you either, get $1 million or whatever, or start high school over again.
See,
you know what I mean?
Hold on, what was that one?
You never heard that one?
No.
You either get $1 million right now, and you live on your life, whatever, or you go back to the beginning of high school and start from there.
That sounds so stupid. $1 million.
Why
would you go through high school again? I already don't like school.
I would do high school over again, easy.
You think you didn't get enough?
I think I would do it way different. Yeah. Like 100%.
Oh, you mean like I'm back in 9th grade, like I'm that age? Or you're doing high school now? For fun.
What the fuck? Yeah, you go back to 9th grade at the age you would go into 9th grade.
So you would
go back.
You don't know all this now.
You would go back to... God damn.
That's why I don't get the question, brother.
You would... Whatever age you were when you started high school,
yeah.
You would go back to that age and you would start high school.
So you're not this knowledge then?
No.
And you're just restarting day one?
Okay, you are knowledged. No, you just go back. Just go back and start high school over again. With the knowledge you have now. Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, so with the knowledge you have now, you go back to 9th grade at 13 years old or whatever, 12 years, however old you are, whenever you go into high school, and start from there. But you, like I said, you have the knowledge from now.
Okay, I think it would benefit me, like, with the knowledge I have now, that I know who gets popular. But, like, I don't think my grades would change.
Well, no. I just mean do shit different. Like, do other,
Yeah,
what I mean?
Like, I would
take school more seriously or skate harder and pursue that. You know what I mean? Or whatever it would be.
I would fear that maybe the outcome wouldn't be as good. Because I'm like, dude.
As $1 million?
You're also old as the high school I already went through.
You think it would be worse?
I don't know. I don't trust it because I'm like, but are we going through? But it's like the high school we already went through, so none of the actual school will have changed. Like, I went to school. I went to school at a different time than you.
I mean,
like,
yeah, by
20 years before you or something.
No, dude, not that. When did you graduate?
2012.
No, you didn't. I graduated in 2017. How much older are you than me?
2009. Sorry. Yeah, 09.
It's got to be something like
12?
That. I have no idea.
I don't know either. But it was because it was 05 to 09.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you would just go back to school. Go back to that age and start high school.
With the knowledge I have now.
Yes.
I think I could dummy school then. Because school was so easy then.
Yeah.
But
I'm just
going
saying,
to school today.
I'm saying go back and get 15 years of your life back, knowing all the stuff you already know.
See, I'm so stressed about having to go through the school again, though.
Dude, that's the least of the worries. I don't understand how you're so caught up on that.
I'm like,
that's like
4 more years.
You're like, you know how hard math is? No, dude. Like,
yeah, for sure, I'd restructure it because like my freshman year, I had no idea about because it was a new implementation in our school that you would do electives.
You're still so caught up on the school part.
I'm
just saying, the rest of your life, dude. Like that's the other part.
Why don't we start at the end of high school then?
Because high school gives you all kinds of opportunities. That's the thing.
I'm stressed.
Yeah, dude.
Maybe I could be a more social person then. Because I didn't do a lot of social things in high school.
You're still not getting the point of this.
What is the thing?
It just
enlighten me. What would you do? You would go back to high school for why?
Yeah.
Why would you make it different?
I would take golf serious and go play golf in college. For sure.
So you wouldn't take
I wouldn't start working when I was 16. You know what I mean?
See that this is just a good insight on how different we are as people because I'm thinking of the now in the moment when we're in high school, and you're thinking of the future when you're at high school.
Yeah.
That was it.
Shall I continue?
But it's like I'm trying to enjoy. I'm so stressed about like high school itself.
No, dude, that's the least. That's the least amount I'm worried about.
I also would be very curious, like, if I could take my wardrobe now back with me, I would love that.
Yeah, I would do that. Different back then, dude. None of your clothes would fit.
Pretty similar, dog.
From when you were 12?
I wasn't 12 in high school.
How old are you when you start high school? 13 or 14, right?
No, I was... Whatever the year is, I'm 10 years older than that. So if I started in 05, I was 15.
Oh, you started late then.
Oh, but when does school start? August?
I probably shouldn't Google that.
So school starts in August, high school?
Yeah.
So then I was 15, turning 16 my freshman year. But if I could take this wardrobe back then, I absolutely would fit it. And I would look dope as fuck.
Well, I'm not.
And if I could take this haircut, like if I could figure it out the whole haircut thing,
aren't getting
and I wouldn't get the snake bites.
Yeah.
Oh, there'd be a lot of physical changes.
Would you stretch your ears out still?
I'd probably start working out so I have abs.
Yeah, would you stretch your ears out still?
I don't know that I regret or don't like. I don't. It never. I think it's more of a because I never get to see it.
Yeah, you never see them.
I never literally think about it. It doesn't affect my jiu-jitsu. The only thing jiu-jitsu related that kind of fucks with my ears is occasionally, and it must just because I go a certain way every time or my opponents go a certain way. This ear where it like connects to my actual head, sometimes will have a little cut.
Yeah.
Not like a split, like it's going to rip off my head, but like just a little cut. And I'm like, ooh, that burns.
Okay, so you would go back and do high school over again and start from there rather than take $1 million?
Or the $1 million now?
Yeah.
Would you say that you're good with finances if I ask a question? Like,
Sure.
would you might know the answer?
Yeah.
How much money do you have to have for you to acquire interest at a rate that you don't have to touch the money anymore?
Oh,
because Dave Portnoy was just on a podcast where he's like, I made $5 million, and I couldn't believe how much money I was making off the money.
Yeah, I think at like, I don't think you would have enough at $1 million. I think it would have to be like $2 million to like live off of the interest. You know what I mean? To pay bills and utilities and mortgage and that kind of thing. I think it would be like closer to. I think you'd be pretty close. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to live off the interest, but.
And how did we get this $1 million?
Just gifted.
So you don't know, you don't understand how to use $1 million. Like you've never had that money before. It'd be dead serious, just like if we gave each other $1 million right now.
Yeah,
you have no idea how to use it. It would just
be in your bank account.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
So I would probably go back to high school because I have no idea what to do with that kind of money. Like I feel like I would probably do something. I mean, I think I'm relatively tame. Mm-hmm. You would say I'm just a shadow, basically. I'm not ever around.
Yeah, you would buy a lot of Jets pizza.
And I would be nervous for my health. Like, I think it'd be more money, more problems. Like, I think...
So you're just going back to high school to flex, then, is what you're saying.
I mean, again, if I could take back what I have now in that closet... how many Vans I have... Dude, I dead serious? Dude, if I was in high school right now and I looked at who I am... Or if I was... When high school happened, if I was that person...
You'd be like, man, you're a badass.
Dude, I'd be like, we're not rich.
We made it. Yeah.
You know those videos where it's like Dalton made one where it's like, I wish I could do 10 push-ups or something. And then it's like...
Oh, we can do push-ups?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like, I wish I had a pair of Vans.
Yeah.
Or I wish I had a 12th pair of Vans.
Yeah.
And then my teenager self would be like, wait, we own Vans?
We got a pair of Vans?
Dude, I was trading like shitty thing. My good things for shitty
sneakers. Not getting the whole point of this. Like you're so caught up on trying to flex in high school. That's like the only part that you're worried about is being like, man, I just want to be cool. It's like, dude, no.
Hey, when you went through high school and you weren't cool,
were there any like looking back, like were there any times where you were like, man, I regret not following through with that or doing that 110% or I wish I would have taken that job or I wish I would have, whatever it was, where like you think now, you're like, man, if I had done that, I'd have been in such a different position in life.
And you're talking like career path wise kind of thing?
Whatever it is. It could be skating, like taking it 100% serious and actually trying to like do something with it, or, you know, a job that you had that like if you held on to for a little bit longer, it would have, you know, paid off, whatever it was. But like there's nothing like that you're like, man, I would do that different.
I think, and again, I know this is going to sound like I'm going on, like I can't like go of the high school thing, but in my freshman year, and I've told you this before, maybe even on the podcast, I didn't understand how the electives thing worked in our school because it was a new thing.
Yeah, you did all the gyms or whatever?
All the gyms.
Yeah.
I would have spaced that out, and I would have made gym outside of school thing as well. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't have been just an inside school thing. But at the time, it was like I was so caught up with like the skater world and a little mix of like hip hop and stuff. But like my look was skater. Yeah. So I was like hooked on like the way skaters looked. And I was like, that's the cool look. And every skater I liked was like rail fucking thin. Mm-hmm. Like just.
Yeah. Skin and bones.
Yeah.
Tattoos,
so I was like, that would be really
shirts.
Cool.
Yeah.
So after I figured out, I was like, oh wow, I'm not that, because I was chubby and shit. I like was like anorexic for a little bit and I lost a lot of weight. Mm-hmm. And I was like more about that. But I would take like I would how do you say it, like when you're looking for a mentor?
You would search for a mentor?
Like, yeah, like I'm in Minty. I would be like looking for a mentor. Yeah. Because I can't teach my dad to teach me something he doesn't know. Yeah. So I'd be looking for someone that I'm like, you're in a good position. Like, how do you get there? And like, maybe it would be partially physical. Like, yo, you take care of yourself. Like, teach me some of that. Teach me how to cook. I would look into things that would build my life in the future better in a general way. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that would implement things into me and my psyche and everything to know how to do things past just that. Yeah. So it kind of teach you discipline in different ways. Yeah. Like there's this dude Darius that the podcast follows, that I think his Instagram handle is like Mind Muscle. Let me look it up. But he works out at Pinnacle Fitness, mind_over_muscle_health. But Darius Durden, I went to high school with this kid. Like, and he wasn't out of shape by any means in high school. He was in shape, but he was like nothing remarkable. It was just like that's an average kid that's in shape. Now he's like, I mean, stupid, ripped, and just like, I might pick his brain. This is him now. Like, I don't know that he ever went through like a lull in his like fitness journey, because his body looks like that's fucking 10 years of like dedicated work. Not that I want to be like his size or anything. I just want to be like in good health. I just had my fucking testosterone tested.
Oh yeah. Did you get results back?
Yes.
Where are you at?
I'm a girl.
Really?
I literally have the testosterone of a 70-year-old man. They said 70 plus, but let's just say 70.
70 plus, huh?
My testosterone level is 241.
Damn.
And
it's supposed to be like 700, isn't it?
Yeah. An average on the lower end of average is like 4 to 5, but like an average is like 5 to 7. And then like above average, like high functioning person is 7 to 9. Damn. Anything past there, you're like hyper, whatever.
They need to get checked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
I didn't want to transition, but when my body's giving me a deal like this.
So you thinking about doing TRT, huh?
Yeah, or I'm thinking of taking the Caitlyn route, you know?
No, dude, you just need to get some testosterone and see what it'll do for you.
Yeah, dude, it's insane.
Did they give you any like how to boost that? You know what I mean? Or start producing more? Or is that from like a different?
We're gonna have James on, the dude that owns the clinic, but I think what causes the decline naturally in your body or whatever, or we don't know if it's natural. Like the symptom of it, nobody knows. Could be a ton of things. He's like, it could be your laundry detergent. It could be eating microplastics. It could be like so many different things. Yeah. They're just reacting off of the results.
Right.
So they're like, yo, this is how you supplement that with this. Mm-hmm. So like, they're not in my life to know like, whoa, you shouldn't be, you're fucking eating Sharpies? What the hell are you doing? Like, so it's like, I'm sure if they were in my daily life and they were like crazy about like the inner workings of like how Brian Johnson, the fucking dude that uses his son's blood to stay young. Yeah. I'm sure that dude could look at my life and immediately be like, well, that's number one. Don't do that.
Yeah.
But they did say that the symptoms of low testosterone you probably have felt, you just had no idea.
Yeah.
And everybody knows like the classic like erectile dysfunction and what is the other one? I feel like there's another really big one that's like a classic, like, oh, this is what you think. Energy levels, that's one. But things I didn't know corresponded with that, memory loss. Mm-hmm. If you have really low tests, it's really hard for you to remember things, and you can easily just blank.
Interesting.
How many times we've been on this fucking podcast, and I'm like, what were we just talking about? Yeah. And I'm the one talking.
Yeah.
I'll be in the middle of the talk, and I'll be like, what was I just saying?
Is it short term or long term? Did they say?
It just, I've Googled it and like.
Forgot, yeah.
What were we talking? Like whatever it is, I feel like it probably makes sense that like when you have like normal testosterone, that's where your memory would stop. And then once it starts lowering, like that's probably why short term is harder now because I don't have the testosterone. But when I was a kid, I can remember things from a kid. Mm-hmm. Now even. Yeah. Because like my test was probably fine. I don't know. This is all I'm a low test guy. What am I going to say?
Well, yeah, man. Well, hopefully they can do, give you some things to kind of, help with that.
Here's my low test. Here's my low test speaking. What were we talking about before that? Why did I start talking about test? Oh, because I like wanted somebody to like kind of mentor me, I guess.
Yeah, we're talking about the high school thing.
Yeah, and I feel like probably years of on and off addictions to bad foods probably doesn't help.
Yeah.
Because it's not when I say bad foods, it's fucking Reese's.
Yeah.
Red Hots, fucking...
Microplastics and...
Mike's Hot Honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about...
Microplastics and red dye number 4 is what this guy ingested for the longest time.
Yeah, so that shit...
Yeah.
It's probably a lot of that. But even during all that time, I've stayed pretty active.
Right.
Like, I'll just randomly go run or something, or I'll bike, or jiu-jitsu, or, like, whatever the fucking thing is. Like, I've never really been sedentary as an adult. Because I'll just get through these phases of, like, I gotta go do something.
You were for a while, 5 years ago or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
For sure. That's that, like, relationship energy where you're like, this is the first time I'm, like, living with somebody. Oh, this is nice, and they're just okay not being super active.
Yeah.
I'm like, bet.
So we can just chill?
And you don't have any objections of me eating whatever I want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that comfort level.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden that fucking mirror came out of nowhere and I was like, whoa, who the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And I was like, we gotta do something about him. Crazy dude, for sure. But, okay, so yours is go back to high school.
Yeah, for sure.
What are the things you would adjust?
I would stick with golf, and I would actually try in high school to like become a better golfer and try and use that as a way to get to college.
Was it popular to not try when you were in high school?
No,
because it was when I was.
I was just over the game of golf, I think, at that point. I played for 3 years in high school, and like I had already been playing for 15 years or whatever. Like I started when I was 2.5.
Yeah.
So like I had played the game forever and played tournaments and qualifying and all that kind of shit. So I did a lot of it until up to high school. and I was kind of over the game already. So when I got to high school, yeah, I was on varsity and like, you know, was playing golf and all that kind of stuff, but I wasn't like excited about it or into it or, you know, wanted to do it really. I did it because, you know, I got a varsity letter and like, you know, I got to get out of classes and travel and that kind of shit.
See, I think that's the only reason that you have to be able to take your consciousness now back then.
Yeah.
Because if you started as a kid again,
right.
you would still do that same.
Yeah. Well, but so I would definitely do that and try and use that to go to college somewhere and actually get a 4-year degree.
Dream World, what college? Dream.
Florida State.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they have good golf shit?
Oh yeah. But yeah, I mean Florida State. I mean that's like beyond. But anyway, yeah, wouldn't start working full time like when I got out of high school. I would like go to college, work on the golf stuff and see how far that could take me before, you know, figuring out kind of next steps. But yeah, I would definitely take that over any of that.
Do you feel like there's any future in golf for you?
I don't know. As far as like career wise, you mean?
Yeah, because I mean, all encompassing, there's a ton of things to do in golf. Yeah. It's not just being a pro.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is maybe some area that I could, you know, make a living off of it or whatever. I mean, I kind of talked to you about it. I'm gonna just do like really focus on playing and practicing for the next year, and just do some like qualifying shit next year just to kind of see, like just to go do it, because I haven't played tournament golf in my like adult years. So I think it would be cool to do just to say that I've done it. Whether I don't qualify for anything or whatever happens, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I think there is an avenue that I could take to make it a career, whether it be teaching or, you know, I don't know, commentating or whatever it may be. But yeah, I think there's definitely an avenue that, you know, that route. I just, you know, I don't know.
Are you just judging based off of like how Happy Gilmore 2 goes, or?
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for that to come out, and then
a lot of people don't know he was in the film. We don't know if it's gonna make final cut.
Yeah, it was real quick.
You were like one of the pros they were using, but
yeah, they needed a really over the top swing for one of the scenes. So, but yeah, what was I talking about? I was gonna say something after that. Low test. Oh, dude, if you've got low test, I've got low test for sure.
Brother, for low test household. LTH.
100%. It's just, dude, you know what it is? We're not sunning our balls.
Hey, what happened to those guys?
Dude,
like, that hit the internet and then immediately.
Yeah,
gone.
That's our problem, dude. We got to start sunning. Yeah,
we got the backyard for it. We could be in 2 different spots in the backyard, not even see each other's assholes.
Yeah, but the neighbor's camera probably would.
They got a camera?
I think they have a motion thing on that.
Oof.
But I don't know.
I have actually gone in the backyard naked trying to get ginger.
Yeah. It happens. You know what I mean? But, I mean, fuck, if they see it. Bro, it's my fucking backyard. What are you doing? Why are you looking at me?
I'll bill them.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Anyway.
I thought maybe your answer to that question, because I didn't know where you were going to ask that, but one of my questions had something similar to that. Mm-hmm. I thought maybe you would have went into acting.
Really?
Yeah, just because there's some of your biggest heroes.
Yeah.
2 of them are, I mean, I just thought you would have been like, dude, maybe I could fly a plane. Or like act like I can or something.
No, I don't think I could ever do anything like that.
You don't think, and like, you don't see any outcome in your life where you would have been like Nicolas Cage? Like, you would have been a dude that does any movie offered to him at all?
It would have been cool. I mean, I will tell you, back in the day, I did a whole lot of acting and like, you know, shit like that. But I don't think I ever wanted it to be like something. You know what I mean? It never really like interests me the way.
It was fun. It wasn't like, let me take this.
Right, yeah. It was never like a thought of like, ooh, let me get somewhere with that. You know what I mean? It was just like I did it because it was fun, and a lot of times I was kind of being forced to do it. But I did do like auditions and shit for like plays around here, and did a couple, but you know. It wasn't anything crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Acting has never been very, very, what's the word? Attractive, I guess, to me.
Yeah.
There's just so much, there's just so much like bullshit that surrounds that.
Do you think you wouldn't believe you?
Hmm?
Do you think you wouldn't believe you is why or part of the reason?
Wouldn't believe me.
Like you don't think you'd be believable as an actor? Does that play any role in
I just don't think I'm good at it.
Well, you act like an asshole all the time. So it's got to be an act.
It's not an asshole, dude. I just play one on TV.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just don't think I'm a
That'd
good
be a
actor.
sick shirt. I'm not an asshole. I just play one on TV.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I just never thought. That doesn't sound like something I would do. I don't think I'd be good at it, but yeah, whatever.
Do you think you could ever be like, I don't know if this exists. It feels like it's something that should exist based off of the words.
Mm-hmm.
Are there golf managers? Does that exist?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. People that, manage. Well, I mean.
I think about that, but then I'm like, are golfers that busy that they don't know how to manage their own career?
Well, I think.
Because they're not touring.
Are you
that
talking
much.
about? Well, I mean, they're in a new place every Wednesday.
Yeah, but like
Tuesday.
Think about bands. They're in a new place every night.
Yeah.
They get tour managers.
Well, yes. I think what you're talking about is more of like almost like an assistant that's like setting up, okay, this is where you're going to stay while you're there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Here's the charter plane's already set up. If you get cut, we'll have one set up for this. If not, you're staying the weekend, then we'll have, you know what I mean? Like kind of doing that. When I think of manager, I think of like contract negotiate, like their agent, which you don't really have that in golf unless you're playing like Live Tour, which once they sign all those contracts, I think they just kind of stay. Yeah. But it's not like an NFL player who has like, holler my agent about the trade or whatever. Yeah. There's not always that stuff going on. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's quote unquote their title, but like, oh yeah, dude, to be an assistant or like the manager of, one of the best players on tour and just like set up their shit. Oh, it would be baller as fuck. Get to play all these cool courses with them. Like,
what if Bob Does Sports had like an internship? Would you attempt to apply for it?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, dude.
What if they were like, hey, you're not getting paid for a year, but you have to come out here and live with us and everything is on the house, but you're just not making money?
I would do it.
Yeah, you got it.
Because if I have the opportunity, like if they're like, yeah, you can do other stuff to make money, I would just get a job
you're just not
wherever.
getting paid by us, but everything's on us.
Oh, yeah. If they're paying for like living and food and all that kind of stuff, and I'm just like filming or whatever it is, and then I could just like get a part-time on the side just to, have fun money.
What if you did that and then at the same time, like obviously your golfing is good, but what if at the same time you were like better than them?
I think I'm better than Joey and Bob.
Oh, shoot that shot, brother.
I mean, they're like 15 or 20 handicaps.
But they're the comedy for sure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're so funny.
Yeah. But I'm better than Joey and Bob, definitely. I'm not better than Fat Perez, but yeah, I'm definitely better than both of them.
Maybe you should shoot out like a challenge and be like, yo, if I can be...
You know how many millions of people they got in their DMs? I'd take all three of y'all on, blah, blah, blah. They got fucking... all kinds of shit.
You'll miss 100% of the shots you don't think.
I am really excited for the end of the... I am really excited for the end of the month because I'm going up to Gainesville to go see my mom and sister. But we're going to Nashville for my cousin's wedding.
Up to Gainesville. That's in Atlanta?
It's north of Atlanta. It's between
I think
Atlanta
of Gainesville,
and north of Georgia.
I think of Florida. Like
yeah, Gainesville,
UF.
Georgia. Yeah.
And then Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville.
Is that why you're growing out the mullet?
No, I just haven't been to the freaking haircut or to
that
the
back
salon.
end looks like you're trying to do a little Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, it's gnarly, ain't it? I'm getting it cut Tuesday.
Bro, dude, you should hit a little mullet.
That shit's nasty.
Bro, have you seen your lip? That shit nasty.
Mine's more full than yours is, cuz.
Yeah, but mine looks like it fits on my face, cuz.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude. This shit looks good. Anyway,
You
going
look
to
like somebody
Nashville.
rhino lined the top lip.
Going to
Just
Nashville.
sprayed
Hey.
from that bitch on there.
That motherfucker right there, that shit waterproof, cut.
All right, dude. Anyway, Nashville.
Going up to Nashville for my cousin's wedding. So that'll
They're
be really
getting married to each other?
cool. One of my cousins is getting married to not my cousin.
But then will be your cousin?
I don't know. Not half cousin. Step cousin.
Incest.
How does that work?
Yeah.
Step cousin, I think they'll be. No.
But they'll both be your cousins.
Well, one of them is my cousin, and the other one is not
being made
anybody.
into a cousin.
No.
To you.
Step cousin, half cousin.
So because they're step, they can kiss.
No. To me, they're cousins. Fuck you, dude.
You're gonna be thinking that when they're like,
no,
say, I do.
hate that.
Any objections? Are
Wait a minute.
they cousins?
Y'all gonna be cousins.
Y'all cousins to me.
But yeah, so I'm going up a couple days early so I can kind of take my time getting up there. But I'm just like playing golf courses along the way, and then I've got one in like North Georgia that I'm gonna go play, and one outside of Nashville. That'll be really cool.
You gonna play the Masters?
No. But
I think it's in Georgia.
it is Augusta.
You could do that.
I can't.
Not with that attitude.
You can't play it.
All right, dude. I can't play golf.
Yeah. Well, no, you're just not allowed. Like you're not allowed to play the golf course.
I could play it if I wanted to play it. I don't want to play it.
All right.
I'm trying to offer you.
Yeah. You got a spot for me?
Yeah, I just
You gonna
book
holler?
it.
Yeah. Okay.
Book it.
Trying to find that tea time. Book it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. The thought of like being able to just drive up and not have like dead set plans where I can just pull off and play a golf course if I see it or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like it's giving me the like. There's this dude I used to follow who I used to watch all of his stuff back in the day. His name was Eric Anders Lang, and he does these things where it's called Random Golf Club was this thing that he started, but he would go on these trips where he would just wherever it was, like Texas or Louisiana or wherever, they would just drive. And they had like a golf course that they wanted to check out and like a story that they wanted to do it on, right? Of like the history of the golf course or something.
Yeah.
But the whole time they're doing these trips, they like hear of a golf course. Somebody tells them, "Oh, you have to check this course out," and they just go and do it because they don't. There's no time limit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we can just do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll just go play this one today and just like bouncing around doing all this cool shit. And I'm just like, man, this is gonna be so sick. I'm just like really fired up for it. So I'm like super stoked about that. It'll be really cool.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, play some badass courses and
bring back that momentum.
Yeah,
just having that energy.
Just be cool, man. Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. Hopefully, meet some cool people. That'd be nice. Yeah, like I said, and the courses are ridiculously pretty. They're so gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be cool. It'll be good shit. I'm looking forward to that. Bow show.
Well, before we get out of here, I wanted to mention that Cam Teague, the fighter that was on here, he just announced. Well, now it'll be like a few days ago, but it just got announced that he's getting his second attempt at the Dana White Contender Series.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's going to be September 9th.
Damn.
Yeah.
Where is that at?
That's Vegas.
Oh,
they do
so he's going out. Oh.
Yeah, they do it at the
Apex.
Apex, yeah.
Damn.
So that's dope. I know he was working really hard to try to get that again.
Hell yeah.
And I don't know if he's taking any fights before that because I don't think that will mess up his opportunity because I'm assuming it's already signed since the information has been released.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're like, hey, don't take any fights between now and then.
Yeah, it might be in his contract, actually, to not fight anymore.
It'd be interesting.
But even if he doesn't, it'll be good to, have the time to, like, really get dialed in.
Yeah, but, dude, shout out him for getting back in there. I mean, relentless.
Yeah.
You know?
Gnar.
So.
That's awesome.
Before we get out of here, is there anything coming up or anything other than that trip? You got anything this summer? Any Charlie Crockett shit going on?
No, there's a couple. He's got a couple shows that I want to try and get out to, but I'm trying to figure out where. There's some over on the West Coast that I'm thinking about.
Just DM him and tell him to go to a casino.
Yeah, well, he does a lot of those.
When is that cruise? Don't you got a cruise?
Yeah, but I have to schedule it by the end of this month, and then but I don't know where I'm going yet. But yeah,
dude, do you have the option to do like comedy cruises?
Mm-mm.
Like the Impractical Jokers does one, and then I think like Bert did one a few years ago.
Yeah, no, it's not like that. But yeah, I do have to schedule that by the end of the month. So I don't know where I'm gonna go though. It's kind of like all over the place. But it should be. I think it's by the end of the year is what you're supposed to use it for. So it'll be the end. Around the end of the year. So yeah, and then like I said, I would like to get over to, the West Coast area. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah. And you were saying that you think it's scarier to die in the ocean than in space.
Scarier to die in the ocean than in space.
Like the ocean's scarier than space.
No.
Or you were saying space is scarier.
Space is scarier.
I hope you find out how scary the ocean is.
Is that a threat, dude?
Ocean's got an ocean, brother. Huh?
Y'all heard him threaten me?
I didn't say shit, bro.
Dude, I heard. Check the recording.
Recording.
Check the recording.
But hell yeah, dude.
Have to consider.
Are
almost done with your back piece?
Are almost.
are
almost.
Are almost.
Yes, we're almost done with it. Johnny actually just dropped a little recording. I was getting my back tattooed, or my ribs actually. And damn, what is his name? There's this dude in there filming.
You're getting your ribs tattooed?
Yeah, I was getting some of them done.
Why are you doing that and not getting your back done?
It's part of it.
Oh.
This dude, Brandon Lewis Young, on Instagram, it's overexposed, but he recorded a little video, and you can see Johnny tattooing my ribs, but you can see a lot of the back piece in it. But yeah, we're getting close on it. A few more sessions. By the end of this year, everything should be wrapped up. I do not want to get tattooed much more. I just want to be done.
Go in there and get it done, dude.
Hurts. It hurts. But Johnny Mumble's Sacred Grounds Tattoo Studio, that's the place, brother. Like, that is the place to go. You can check out their Instagram page or Johnny's Instagram page, and you can see these videos and see how high quality everything is. And
he just tattooed Nolan Taylor too, which was awesome.
I know. He told me.
I freaking love him, dude.
He hit him up, and he's like, yo, it'd be sick if you'd let me tattoo you.
Dude.
Like on.
That guy is so cool.
Yeah.
When
everybody remembers the other guy, but like he did the same like Mike in the middle of nowhere in Virginia.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah.
I remember him too. But it's like
68.
The other dude
that
blew the fuck up.
Yeah, that song was ridiculous. You're talking about what's his name?
It's like 3 first names or something.
Oh yeah.
I've
been working all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, dude. But that's the thing is that Nolan, like, whenever he dropped his album, I posted something.
I saw the Nolan thing first.
Yeah, but because it was like a year before, I think.
Yeah,
it was, yeah. But he dropped an album like, I don't know, 8 months, a year ago or something, and I posted it because I was like, everything on here is awesome, and he saw it, and then he like messaged me and was like, hey man, like I really appreciate it, and like sat there and talked for like a good, a couple exchanges on Instagram. I was like, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Like people just don't, you know what I mean? He's such a sweet dude. He really is.
It's nice to see like when the internet gets the right people correct.
Yeah.
Like that's so nice.
Yeah, he definitely deserves it. That's for sure. But I saw him posting that, and I was like, oh, dude, that's awesome.
That's super dope.
Yeah.
Johnny's that guy. Like he is that type of person. Yeah. Like he is so personable. Like he'll meet you wherever you're at.
Yeah. And
get whatever you need done. Like
great guy.
Yeah. He is, I think, the best tattoo artist in Pensacola, and I mean the greater Gulf of America. Do you call it Gulf Coast still?
Yeah, Gulf Coast. Yeah, because the coast hasn't changed. It was the water that changed names.
Is it purified or something?
Mm.
Still
purified. Ooh. Hey, yo.
Does Kanye know about
that? Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you, Johnny. We appreciate you so much, man. Thank you, everybody at Sacred Grounds Tattoo Studio. We love you guys. But yeah, I think we're gonna get out of here.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We're getting the fuck up out of here. We love you. Yee-hoo! Yee-yee!